Good afternoon here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel as the Central Riverhawks are hosting the DeForest Norskies in non-conference action. We're getting a little bit of a jump start here for our game, as this was supposed to be at 1 o'clock inside Sutton Gymnasium. The Central Riverhawks 1-1. The DeForest Norskies are 2-3. They did have one conference matchup, so they are 1-0 in the Badger East, but they lost last night, stayed overnight here in La Crosse, played Holman last night. They're going to have the national anthem. And we'll send it back down to Coach Colburn, who is doing PA today.
And now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Norskies. Number 2, a senior, Jordan Derline. Number 4, a senior, Merritt Mansky. Number 5, a senior, Allie Armstrong. Number 14, a sophomore, Brinley Gonanen. And number 23, a sophomore, Alexis Accardi. The Norskies are coached by Jerry Schwinn, assisted by Brad Lassiter, Aaliyah Grundall, and Dan Sigerson. And now for your Lady Riverhawks. Number 1, a Alana Simpson. Number 3, a sophomore, Ellie Gillitzer. Number 5, a junior, Chloe Ackerman. Number 22, a junior, Emerson Keeney. And number 41, a senior, Zaya Whitaker. The Riverhawks are coached by Cortel Roberson, assisted by Les Simpson, TJ Williams, and Dontasia Williams.
Colburn did not do officials. Normally he is doing officials, but did not mention those this today on the broadcast. So I'm Joel McCall. Alongside me is Josh Buxton. Thank you to Ray George for providing our camera work for today as the Riverhawks host the DeForest Norskies. Riverhawks 1-1. If you remember, that game was Tuesday before Thanksgiving. They've had a full week off since then. And, 4 you can delete, and then 3 is up. And then DeForest, like I said, last night lost to Holman as Chloe Ackerman wide open underneath the bucket, but cannot finish. She was one that I was going to highlight throughout. We didn't have much of a pregame because of how late we got on, and how early this one started. So we'll talk a little bit more about that throughout. Derline, who went down last night with a little injury and missed some of the game, did come back today and able to play, which is great. Mansky passes back off to Armstrong. Inside, Armstrong traveled and back over to the Riverhawks. So you got a week and a holiday weekend off. What would you prefer, playing early after the holiday weekend, or do you want to come back out and practice for a week?
Oh, man. You know, I know they enjoyed the week of practice because they brought in some alumni and some of the students here at Central to kind of push these girls a little bit, because it does get to be a long week when you're just practicing every single day for weeks on end. So they did have some stuff going on. I would rather, I don't know, practice and get healthy.
Yeah.
Short practices, get the health back. You know, it's a long season. If you can extend your health for a little bit longer before you really get in the grind, then I would do it.
Which I understand. There's Mansky losing that out of bounds. Senior for DeForest. Got a tie-up on the other side. That went to DeForest. So 0-0 our score after a minute. And how about that? Good job by you. You got the scoreboard all ready to go. We have a foul reach in. You know, I talked to Coach Roberson. Roberson did go up to that game last night to watch DeForest. He said his wife wasn't thrilled that he left the house, which I could understand. You know, he's got kids at home too, so he's missing some time with them. But did watch. I said, can you expect today? And he said, more trapping. You know, got to be secure with the basketball. There'll be a lot of aggressive defense, as we see right there with their line on Gillitzer coming back across as Mansky, so the turnover. Their line, corner three, off. Simpson out of her fingertips, but Gonanen does save over on that far side, so we tried it.
Ellie's going to have to adjust. I mean, all the ball handlers are going to have to adjust. There's a difference between saying that there's going to be pressure coming and what it actually looks like.
Right.
And they're very aggressive. They're going to trap right away. I mean, they're really trying to force you in the corner. We're buying right into it right now, unfortunately.
Inside to Whitaker. Shot good. Double-double for Zaya the other night. Had 14 rebounds against Eau Claire North.
That was something that Coach Les and I were talking about the other night. Our rebounding is great. The problem is we're missing a lot of shots to get those rebounds. And, you know, Zaya is a big kid. Height-wise, she's very, very strong, but she's got such great hands. She just is so soft. She can collect any ball, and it's pretty impressive.
McCarty and Durline missing on the three-pointers. Gillitzer goes all the way in, takes a little body contact, misses the bunny, and right back up. Armstrong had somebody with her, never gave it up. I'm surprised, but is fouled as trailing the play. Keeney called for her first. So a 2-0 lead for the Riverhawks, as they did break and get a good chance there with Zaya Whitaker. But as you said, the shooting-wise for the Central Riverhawks in their first two games has been troublesome. They're shooting 28%.
That's not good.
No.
That's not good by any metric. I mean, unless you're a professional baseball player hitting 280, 28%. That's true. Not real solid.
That's true. 2 for 2 at the free throw line for Armstrong. Ties the game back up at 2s.
Much better time breaking the press there. Although it looks like they're still going to follow and trap.
Yes. Ackerman all the way to the corner. Skip pass. Keeney. Nice play by
Nice
Keeney.
job,
Knew
Emerson.
she was so far underneath the hoop. Gave it back off to Whitaker. Give Emerson the assist. And back to 4-2. And the 2-point lead for Central. Tough to be here on we don't have the biggest crowd. Saturdays, there's a lot going on. What else is happening here, Buxton? Because you know.
We have the 2024 Riverhawk Round Ball Classic, a 3rd through 6th grade tournament. So the 5th and 6th graders have been playing since 9 o'clock this morning. The 3rd and 4th graders over at Longfellow, they started at 8. So I walked in the door here at Central at 7 a.m., and I probably won't leave till a little after 8 tonight.
Whitaker trying to feed that off to Simpson, tipped by DeForest. Back across, Gonanen all the way out. Mansky 3. And the first one to fall from deep comes from Mansky. They are 1 of 5 so far are the Norskies. Somebody got to get open. In my pregame, one person I was going to mention was Ackerman, because I thought she's played, timeout, 30-second timeout by Coach Roberson. I thought, well, that means that I could get to a little bit of this. But, the way the Riverhawks won against Eau Claire North, they were actually kind of fortunate to win that game when I went back to some of the notes. And the reason why is because they were outscored in the second half.
Yep.
But the pressure defense worked because they went 6 fewer turnovers in that game for the Riverhawks. They also hit clutch free throws. They went 12 of 16 at the free throw line. Grabbed more rebounds, 59-37, a plus 22 on the rebounding for the Riverhawks in that win over Eau Claire North. That's the recipe for victory for Central. Low-scoring games, out-rebound, and grind on defense.
Absolutely, and with our ability to rebound, Zaya Whitaker, obviously, you know, Alana's going to get her double-double, so she'll have 10+.
Right.
Just not giving teams a whole lot of second chances. And if you do miss bunnies, which we missed a lot of bunnies so far this year, getting yourself another opportunity by getting that offensive board.
Yeah, 21 out of 73 shots against Eau Claire North. Simpson will step back to her first attempt of the game. Got to believe there'll be more than that.
Yep.
At a 5-4 lead. Hoyer has just subbed in. Steal by Malaya Simpson, who had just come in. Whitaker looking underneath. Guarded by Kuipers, another sub for Coach Schwinn. Got to talk to him for a little bit. Looked at me and said, "Oh, another year with you, huh?" I say he saw me last year. Simpson driving all the way in, fouled. 2 shots coming for Simpson. You know, I went down and I was the one-man band.
I remember that.
At the playoff game last year. I ran the cameras. I had 3 cameras set up on their floor just to run the matchup last year at the playoffs. And yeah, Coach Schwinn must have remembered me because he said, "Oh, you're back again." So
I do not have a lot of great memories.
Well, I was going to talk about the history of these two. Yeah,
Playing in DeForest.
Just wait. I'll get to that. We'll talk.
Can't wait to bring those painful days up.
I got a few history lessons with DeForest Norskies.
Yep.
It is written down, 6-5 after those 2 from Simpson. I'm kind of glad you're on the broadcast because then you can talk a little bit about that. As Mansky crosses half court, far side, Hoyer. Back to the wing. What a cut inside.
Good recovery by Alana, though.
It was. Kuipers had that partially blocked by Simpson. Last year, Alana led the MVC in blocks. If you recall,
really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Not surprising, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did. Well, name me a big post.
There
you go. Thank you.
There it is.
Ackerman. Oh, air ball from the corner. That is off a Norsky. I believe Kuipers touched it last. You know, Ackerman, when I wrote her down, I said, what stuck out to me is I've always enjoyed her hustle and ability to do the dirty work. This year she is more assertive offensively. However, it's the field goal percentage that has to go up. And if it does, boy, their offense is going to be much harder to guard throughout the year.
Yeah, because you know what you're going to get with Alana. You know what you're going to get with Zaya. But it's going to come down, and we'll see how this develops through the course of the year. Is Ellie, Chloe, May, if one of those or 2 of those people can get you 10 points a game, this can be really hard to beat.
I know.
Because Alana's going to put up her 18, 19, 20. If you get 2 others going 10 and 10 maybe, that puts a lot of pressure on teams because it takes some pressure off of Alana where she doesn't have to score every time.
Ooh, inside to a triple team to... Oh, I thought we might get a travel instead. A foul called on Gonen. 6-5. Buxton's making sure that his computer doesn't die out. He's trying to keep me up to date on the Iowa State Cyclones as well, down by 14 at halftime, which is not great. Gillitzer drives inside. Bank shot good. Nice dribble drive by Gillitzer. Get off the three-point line, get to the hoop, find it, kiss it off the glass. Perfect play there.
Something she needs to do 7 more times in this game.
Right. Give and go.
Every time I see her at school, Ellie, shoot the stinking ball. Ellie, shoot the stinking ball.
Simpson got a second block on Kuipers. Oh, the backdoor would have been there. Strong defense. Good job by Gillitzer. Get it off the floor and off to Ackerman. Central can reset. This is a tough matchup for Simpson, too. Alana's got a 5'11 guard on her with Gonen. And so that will be a tough matchup for her. Lengthwise, Gonan's right there. Free throw line for Gillitzer. Hey, 2 for 2 for Elliot Gillitzer, and it's 10-5. You know, and you talk about how much better the offense can be if the Riverhawks get some contributors. Well, if you look up and down the way the MVC is starting out, it isn't very pretty with some of their records that I've been seeing. So either they're playing some ridiculously hard non-conference foes, or the MVC might be a little down. I don't know.
I think both of those are true this year. That we are playing, our teams are playing a little more difficult schedules to kind of test ourselves early. But I also think the league itself is maybe down a little bit. So we don't have we still have some really big names. We don't have as many, though.
Right. Whitaker inside. Shot short. Couldn't quite grab the rebound. Durline does, and she rushes out of there. Stops at the top of the key, though. Good defense by the Riverhawks, and a jump ball called. Simpson was the first to reach in there. That'd be Malaya. Then Gillitzer taking it away. 10-5, 10:43 left. Although the clock on our bird is a little off. Let's see if we can fix that.
There you go.
There it goes. Okay. So 10-5. Simpson, screen over to her left, does not take. Backtracking. Malaya, head fake inside. Scoop layup. Another tough shot. Could not get it. Got it back, though, and scores. Nice job not to give up by Malaya to score. And Coach Schwinn calling a timeout, and we should too. 12-5 our score, and we'll take a quick timeout as well. Central Riverhawks up on DeForest.
Matthey Construction, a proud Riverhawk community sponsor, is more than asphalt and roads. They're a family-owned company with exciting opportunities in engineering, research, and green technologies. Join Matthey's team of top chemists and engineers developing sustainable solutions for tomorrow. From the lab to the road, Matthey Construction inspires the next generation of innovators. Visit Matthey.com to explore diverse careers in legal, HR, tech, and more. Build your future with Matthey Construction.
Central Riverhawks up 12-5 here against DeForest. DeForest, we're just talking about some of their record too, and some of these teams and who they're playing non-conference wise. DeForest, they played Holman last night, who I think is going to be much better as the season progresses for them. They might be off to a little slow start considering how long volleyball lasted for them going to state. But they also played, who was it that they lost to? Undefeated team too. Veronin? I think that was their first game of the year. And they're 5-0. Stoughton was 50-50. So, I mean, they've played some tough teams too. So that 12-3 record could be a little bit deceiving as well. Right back underneath. Keeney breaking press, but cannot finish. As Katie Biondo is subbed in. On the outside Durline. Right back in. Way to set your feet. That would be Ava Schwinn. Instead of going all the way, stopped for a second. Let her feet settle underneath of her and scores off the backboard. Can't ask for a much better shot. Coming off the bench. And a lot of dribbling by Alana Simpson. Able to recover. Biondo far side. Nothing open. Gave it right back.
DeForest is still doing a great job setting up that trap, and
yes,
you can hear Coach Q through my headphones yelling, "Get to the middle, get to the middle." And if we can, it's pretty easy to break, but we're not, so it's a little more difficult.
Right. Simpson cuts, ball slips through her hands. Hoyer is the beneficiary of that. Far side, Durline 3. No, off the heel, comes right to Gillitzer, and Durline. Timeout. Or an inadvertent whistle?
I don't know. I think inadvertent whistle maybe. I think Q was yelling and AJ may have heard it.
Oh, whoops. Yeah.
Or sorry, Mike heard it. AJ's over here on the close.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know the officials, don't you?
I don't know the guy down in
okay, the other gentleman. No, 2 out of the 3.
Well,
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
No.
As the saying goes.
No.
Malaya Simpson off to Ackerman. Biondo. And then Keeney, along with Alana Simpson. Malaya, try to give it off. The Ava Schwinn, though, the post, just arms up, 5'11" frame, steals for DeForest. Another turnover by the Riverhawks, try to give and go. Ow. Alana Simpson off of Ackerman and out of bounds. Hectic pace, but things are benefiting the Central Riverhawks with that pace. 12-9, they lead. A couple more substitutions. DeForest brings back Mansky, one of their starters. And Gonanen also in. Well, there's a lot of congestion. You can tell that. Simpson steals for the Riverhawks. Had to stop.
Yeah, I think she wanted a Euro, and it just didn't work out.
No, it did not. Her shot, no good. Gonanen and Gillitzer. Who's that out on?
I don't know. I think AJ's giving it to us, maybe?
Well, that's what it looks like. So stays with Central Riverhawks, 12-9. Inbound back to Biondo, over to Keeney. Somebody got to cut through the middle. Oh, the pass almost too high for Simpson. Able to corral, step back two, short, rebound. Gonanen does come away with it. Alana Simpson, though, swipes all the way inside. Layup, no good, but fouled. Mansky on the foul, and two more free throws coming for Alana Simpson. At the free throw line, this is something that I asked her after that win over Eau Claire North, because I said last year, shooting-wise at the free throw line was around 55 to 60% for her, and I said, young lady, if you could get to 70, 75, your stats from 25 average can go up to about 32 because of how many free throws she takes.
Yeah, and she worked on it. I mean, her percentage has been better. As a team, it's been better.
Yes.
Which you always love to see. But you're right. I mean, if she can shoot in the 75 to 80% range, which is still not awesome, it's pretty good.
That's
80% is decent. You want to be, for someone who aspires to play at the next level, especially at the high next level, you need to be shooting 90 to 95. I mean, it really does. And she's got time to work on it, but, as long as she's incrementally getting better each year, then she'll be fine.
Right. Hardiman had subbed in, and a turnover on her for DeForest. The Norskies last year beat Central twice, regular season matchup as well as the playoff, as Whitaker could not finish underneath the bucket. Gonanen off. Near side, Mansky, yes, cashes in a second. She is 2 for 2 from deep. Just a 1-point lead for the Riverhawks. Boy, you can't sit there and hold it.
Bad spot.
Yep, off of Armstrong's leg at least, so it'll stay with Central. But yeah, you're exactly right. Inbounding right there by the baseline, nowhere to go.
Q doesn't even have to say anything. He just looks.
Right.
And the girls know exactly what he's talking about.
There, broke the press easily there.
Yep,
and Ackerman probably traveled.
Yep.
Got away with
travel
one.
unless they call it.
That's true. Well, that's why I said probably.
Yeah.
It's a judgment call, I guess. Like pass interference? I don't know. Ackerman. Gillitzer flashed inside. This is where you wonder where the offense will come from for the Central Riverhawks. No Simpson. Got a taller defender on Gillitzer.
Yep.
I'd mentioned how Gillitzer grew over the offseason during volleyball, but tough spot there. Full timeout by Coach Roberson. 13, or Q as he wants to be called from me. 13-12, our score. Central leads. 6:31 left in the first half.
Need a place to live or extra space to grow? Munson Realty's property management portfolio offers a wide variety of properties to fit all your business and housing rental needs in the La Crosse, Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota areas. Whether you're local or relocating, looking for a business space or a home for just yourself or even the whole family, Munson Realty is here to help you find the perfect place. Discover the right space with Munson Realty, your trusted partner in real estate.
13-12 our score. 1 point lead for the Central Riverhawks over DeForest. Inbounding will be at Malaya Simpson. Change made right away. Oh, forced pass of Whitaker. Inside, shot off. Malaya Simpson off of her leg and out of bounds.
Really having a hard time collecting the ball low.
Yes.
It just seems to be a little bit slippery. Something's coming out. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I do think the height for DeForest has played a role, and it's not necessarily the tallest, but some good reach by DeForest. Long arms, jumping in there to get stuff. You got to look at Gonanen as well as Accardi. Accardi's 6'1", but then she's got a pretty good wingspan too. She's got it right now out on the top of the key.
Yeah, she's very, very long.
Try to go give and go. That didn't work. Hardiman off on this near side. Mansky, who's hit a couple of tray bombs already. Picked up her dribble. Back out. 2 or 3. 2. 2 is the call by Accardi.
Worst shot in basketball.
Right?
Toe on the line.
Yep.
Move that foot a little bit, kid, and you got 3.
I did give DeForest a lead, though, 14-13. Nice little run by DeForest to get back into it. Trying to look inside to Whitaker. Zaya is 2 for 5 thus far in the game. Not a lot of movement by the Riverhawks. So you got to have somebody clear out because Malaya went down to the post as well. Or you got to look for the skip pass.
Yeah, right now their offense just looks really bogged down. Like there's nothing fluid about it.
Right.
I think the idea is to get the ball down to Zaya, but we're really not getting.
Instead, Malaya with a Steph Curry three-pointer, and it is no good. Gonan comes in to take it. Riverhawks need to stay away from the three-point line. 0 for 3 thus far tonight, and on the season shooting 14%.
Oofta.
It's just not something that they have been known to do in the years that I really have covered them. I mean, even when they had like Miss Levicek, she was a 2-point shooter. Inside. Gonanen had it first, and then Simpson her first. Only 2 fouls thus far on the Riverhawks. 4, which I forgot to mark down, 2 of them for DeForest.
And really, I think, one of the things I talked to Les about earlier this week is May is actually a really good shooter. Malaya shoots threes well, has historically throughout her basketball life. She just hasn't made the one it's going to take to feel good. Once the first one goes in, then the floodgates open a little bit. Then you start feeling more confident in your shot. But she's, really has yet to be a contributor. I think once that happens, then she'll be much better off.
Gonanen on the steal. Had it back the last time, too, and missed her shot. This time not going to miss the layup. And 16-13.
And DeForest is doing a great job of taking away right now Central's ability to get running.
Right.
That's where, that's where as a team we excel. But when they're forced to play this half-court offense, they're pressuring enough where we're really struggling to get much done.
Gillitzer turns it over back to DeForest. Gonanen over to the far side. Accardi takes a little 2 on the baseline. That looked like a comfortable shot for her. 4 points. The one thing about DeForest is last year they had 2 that scored 15 apiece. Olberg was a very good player. Ryland was one of the finer players I got to see, honestly. And then Kelleher, another nice player. Both those young ladies scored 15 points per game. So you've lost 30. Yep. They've really struggled offensively to kind of find who will lead them in scoring. Gonanen had 8 points in 1 game. Last year she averaged less than 2. So you're really asking somebody else to step up, and there just isn't as much offensive firepower for DeForest this year, but I think that will come, but you have to learn your roles.
It will come, and that's part of the reason that they play tough non-conference schedules.
Right.
And again, I don't know much about DeForest's non-conference who they're playing. I couldn't tell you.
Well, again,
a thing about Verona. I have absolutely no idea. Or, these other teams are playing, but you want to challenge yourself because some of these kids, they may have played last year and they may have gotten some minutes.
Right.
But you got to figure out how to play longer minutes. You got to figure out, when you're in the game for, 28 minutes versus 5 or 6, how you can score, and that's part of the early season process that they're dealing with. How do you replace that scoring? Well, you got to get girls on the floor, let them do their thing, and hopefully somebody steps up and stands out, and then you can kind of build around what those players are doing.
Well, and Coach Schwinn, been around quite a while. Not to give up his age. That shot misses for Volenberg, but you can tell, we've mentioned Hoyer, Volenberg, Hardiman, McCarty, Haney's on the floor, Kuipers. I mean, he is running a ton of players out on the court just to, try to figure out the best lineup for him. That last shot missed by Biondo, but Central with it still.
Nice play, Zaya.
Yep, and a foul on McCarty, and Whitaker, 2 free throws coming.
Yeah, and the benefit of what they're doing, and it's tough going back-to-back, going to the night game, then an afternoon game the next day, is that a lot of girls are going to play.
Right.
Because there's not a lot of recovery time in 12 hours to have your core 5, 7, 8 players, whatever they are. They can't just turn around and play another full game. So you're going to see, luckily he's got the luxury of having a very, very long bench where those kids can come in and give a couple minutes, so you might see something.
Right.
And then next game, that person might get a few more minutes, and we'll just kind of develop it from there.
But I asked him about Durline because, again, she got hurt last night. 0 for 2 for Whitaker at the free throw line, but able to play today, clearly. When I watched the game last night on the stream, I had a hard time figuring out who was who at first, because they were DeForest was wearing darks, and I'm so used to the maroons for Holman, but they were in their white. Air ball for Vollenberg. But so when I saw number 2 go down, my first initial thought was, is that Macy Klein?
Oh,
They got hurt. I was worried about that for Holman, because that's a big-time player that they could not afford to lose. And so is Durline. That's a senior leader for DeForest. Macy might be one of the toughest players I'll see all year in the MVC.
She's a tough kid.
She is a go-getter.
Comes from a family of tough kids.
She is a phenomenal volleyball player, too.
Nice move by Zaya. Just got to finish.
I know. And she is constantly down low, has great looks, 2 for 6 thus far. Oh. The 7th foul, though, on DeForest.
4th foul on number 2, Jordan.
And Durline just picked up her 2nd. And so it is free throws, 1-1 for Gillitzer. Free throw opportunities. This is the 7th for Central in this first half. DeForest has only cashed in 2 of their 2. And then the 1-on-1. Can't get the bonus if you don't make the first.
Nope.
13-18 stays just a minute and a half to play here in the first half. Halftime will not be a lot of talking between Buxton and I. Maybe I'll bring up that history lesson just to tick him off a little bit more.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, Hoyer was missing that 3-pointer.
Nice job.
And yes, Ackerman stops her feet, scores her first 2. You called it, though. Momentum, stop. Defense goes past. Whitaker steals off the Vollenberg pass. Or pardon me, that is Brandt, the other sub for Coach Schwinn. Ball pressure defense by DeForest is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Gillitzer looking to the post. Can't get it down there. Back out.
Nice move, Ellie.
Yeah.
A little lefty there. I like that. No, I think their offense is getting bogged out. I know they want to get the ball inside to Zaya.
Right. A little short on that.
Zaya, when she's posting up, she's taking away all the driving lanes from our quicker players. And,
yes.
and that's, I know that's part of the offense they're running. And
Gillitzer needed to look back out, though.
Yep.
Ackerman was open on the wing.
Yep.
We talk about the missed 3-pointers, but that was a chance. 10 seconds left. Back out to Vollenberg, and she hits her first 3-pointer. Simpson launching a half-quarter. Well, quarter court shot short. And Alana Simpson goes 0 for 5 from the field, 3 points. And the Central Riverhawks find themselves down 21-15 at half as DeForest has the lead. They only one tie in that as well at 2. So that was it. So 21-15. We'll have your first half stats coming up in just a moment as Buxton and I will be preoccupied with the cyclones on his computer. We'll come back here in just a few minutes, though.
Escape the hustle and bustle. At Pettibone Campground, you can enjoy nature with scenic river sites perfect for family adventures or solo getaways. We also offer the latest in camper rentals. Planning an event? Our rustic banquet hall is your dream venue. Whether it is a wedding, reunion, or corporate event, we cater to all with exceptional service and breathtaking views. Call 608-782-5858 or visit pettiboneresort.com. Pettibone Campground and Banquet Hall, located in La Crosse, is your perfect escape and event destination.
The La Crosse Central Basketball Association is dedicated to developing the basketball skills and character of young athletes who will attend Central High School. Please check out our website, lcbahoops.org, for more information about our year-round basketball offerings.
The Central Booster Club is excited to work with you this school year. The Booster Club's mission is to promote and help finance the over 50 official Central co-curricular activities through fundraising efforts. Booster Club meetings are held in the Central Commons on the second Monday of each month during the school year. If you can't attend meetings, you can still help by volunteering at the school store and other events. With so many budget cuts, the role of the Booster Club has become even more important in supporting all Central activities. Sign up to stay updated on Booster Club activities by clicking the QR code. Go Riverhawks!
The La Crosse Central Alumni Association is a proud sponsor of the Central YouTube channel. The Central Alumni Association meets once a month with the main mission of providing scholarships to Central High School seniors so they can continue their academic pursuits. Last year, the Alumni Association awarded $63,000 in scholarships to 66 deserving Central students. For information on how to join the Alumni Association or donate, see our page on Facebook.
Central Riverhawks down by 6, 21-15 at halftime here at Sutton Gymnasium. We're not going to have much basketball even for you next week, as we have gymnastics Tuesday.
Yep.
Basketball, boys basketball is at Sauk Prairie on Thursday, and that will be a one-man band show, I think, with Ray and Nami.
Yep.
And then Saturday next week, we still don't have a game next Friday either. Next Saturday, we'll have powerlifting.
Yeah,
And
we have
Ray-
0 basketball home games next week.
Yes, it is nuts that we are not going to be covering much in terms of hoops.
No, but
coming
it's,
up next
it's
week.
exciting, though, that you guys are going to expand out and do gymnastics. You know, we were talking about yesterday when we did the ASL swimming. We haven't done a swim meet yet.
Right.
But I talked to Tony Service, the AD at Logan, because it is a co-op team.
All right.
He said they've got us set up at UWL where we swim if you guys want to do it. So it said, well, maybe in the fall, because our schedule's pretty jam-packed for this winter. But possibly next fall doing a swim meet. I can't really describe what's going on in a swim meet.
Right.
You know, my ability to swim ends at not sinking to the bottom.
Sure,
You know,
mine too.
I can, stay afloat pretty well. But,
Right.
it's nice that we're expanding out and doing a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Showcasing all the stuff we've got going on here, and that's really cool.
Yeah, I agreed with that. And so we'll have the powerlifting, I know, as Ray will be here and Nami will be here for that. I think they're going to use 3 cameras for the setup because of how much will be happening throughout the event. And so that'll be pretty cool. You can check that out. So the Central Riverhawks, 4 points each for Whitaker and Gillitzer, 3 for Alana Simpson, 2 each for Malaya Simpson and Chloe Ackerman, 3 of 7 at the free throw line and 0 for 4 from the three-point line. And for the DeForest Norskies, 6 points is the high. That's Mansky, both from the three-point line. Accardi, 4, 3 for Volenberg, 2 each. Schwen, Armstrong, Hoyer, and Gonanen. 2 for 2 at the free throw line and 3 of 12 from downtown for DeForest. So you know that Central Riverhawks have to find some offense coming up. We were talking about the history. I will get to it now then. The teams met last year twice. DeForest won both. The regular season 73-44, first round of the playoffs 73-46. DeForest won in lacrosse in 2022, 61-54. DeForest won 2021-22 and 1 point win way back. What year was that?
2014.
There you go. State semifinals 2014, 43-42. I could not find in the history that the Riverhawks have a win over DeForest. And when I said that to Coach Q, he said, I don't think we do.
We do not. They have been a nemesis for our female athletes for years in both basketball and volleyball. Volleyball when I was coaching years and years ago. And I still think they go to the DeForest tournament. They were always and still are incredibly tough. I mean, just in everything. They generally are pumping out pretty good athletes. The 2014 basketball loss, I swear Nami and I probably talk about that at least once a month. Because that was a game that at the time DeForest had a girl named Kayla Goff who went on to a really good four-year career at Kansas State. She was the best player in our state by far, and we had them. We had a 1 point lead we were tied with under 10 seconds left. They made a free throw, and we couldn't finish it off. They ended up losing in the state finals that next day to, I think, Notre Dame up in Green Bay. But if we had won, I believe we would have been the state champions because our defense was really tough. We held her well under her average that day, and we just happened to foul at the wrong time and ended up losing the game. It was a heck of a run for that team. It's been 11 years now since we were there. But yeah, DeForest, I don't have a lot of great memories playing against the Norskies in anything.
Well, the Central Riverhawk volleyball team got a one-up on them this year and won at the DeForest tournament.
Yeah,
and beat DeForest in 3.
You usually got to go through DeForest if you're going to win that tournament.
They won in 3.
We did win a couple. I think a couple of the years I coached volleyball, we won that tournament. We always had to beat DeForest in the pool play because they'd always want us.
Oh, really?
They would always stick us in their pool play just because we match up well.
Their line just picked up her 3rd. Gillitzer short on that shot. Allie Armstrong had the 2 for DeForest. Ball went right through the hands of Gillitzer. Luckily, Ackerman was there. And we'll see if Central can get any kind of offense you said they're stagnant. I think that's the best term you could use for that first half. Inside to Whitaker, lost the ball, and out of bounds off of a Cardi.
Cardi's defensively just doing such a great job. She's not leaning in. She's not doing. She's putting her arms straight up, and Zaya's got to make a little bit more of a powerful move to get her either out of the way or get off to her side. She's going right into her hands.
Right. Yeah, it's almost like you either have to fade or go straight up stronger.
Yes.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
You have no choice when you have an opponent that's playing straight up. There's a clean block. Mansky blocks Gillitzer. Derline has not found her offense. Accardi a little strong on that. Riverhawks do create the one and done, but now it's about, this has been the side that's been the issue. Ackerman. And you can see Simpson's trying to go high post. That's not really there. I give a lot of credit to Gonan, though. She's played some fantastic defense, reaching into the cookie jar there as Mansky for the second. But, yeah, Gonanen has played really well against Simpson and keeping her in check. 0 for 6 from the field. Those 3 points that she had was from the free throw line. Oh, and Iowa State is getting blown out. Well, good thing I'm here and not at home. Owen and Raylan would hear some stuff that they're not supposed to repeat.
Colorful language, would you say?
Yes. So inside Simpson to the post, but that's not where you want Whitaker either. Hey, she made it.
She's making those.
Right.
Gets a shot like that. If Zaya knocks 1 or 2 of those down, her defender's got to come out, and that's going to free up some space in the low lane.
Right. Inside, Derline back out.
Yeah. But it looks to me like we don't have game legs. Everybody's moving really slow, and all the preparation in the world, whatever you can do, scrimmaging this and that, unless you're getting that competition where you're running and competing for 36 minutes, you just lose a little bit of that edge, and we look like we've lost a little bit right now.
Well, that's why I said about not having a game since the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Ackerman on the outside. Screen for her.
Shoot the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Go to the hoop.
Yeah,
Got
that's a great move.
I was going to say. Go ahead. You're exactly right. And Simpson.
Good run. Go.
This is where the Riverhawks need to go. Little jump stop in the lane. And toilet rolled out for Simpson. Their line pushes. Bounce pass underneath. Left-hand layup, Mansky.
And this is where where the long bench of DeForest is going to get us, because really we're playing 7 kids right now, and we look tired. You look down in the corner, Lana's bent over, hands on knees. That's the lack of playing, the lack of competition.
And Gillitzer was blocked first by Accardi. Tried to save it, out of bounds. Yeah, you're exactly right. Central looks tired. DeForest playing last night. DeForest, prior to that game against Holman, I want to say they had somewhat of a break too. They did. Well, only 3 days. So this is their 3rd game this week. Whereas before that, they had played Stoughton. Stoughton, pardon me. Stoughton. That was back on 11/26 as well. So. And even after this match for the Riverhawks, they don't play again until the 12th. So you go another almost week. As at the free throw line, Cardi puts it home the first.
Yeah, that's a tough schedule to play.
Yes. Well, you ramp up.
You want to be consistent. I know they're going to ramp up.
But it won't be until the new year.
Yeah, they'll play 2-3 games a week then. But
yep.
There's always the long discussion about the length of this season. They start in November, it stretches out till March.
Right.
You look at the schedule we're playing now. We're playing once a week.
Right.
Why can't you start that season in December? then pack the games in, and you're playing a couple times a week through however the months are, because it just seems like it does get repetitive. It does get it's a lot if you're only practicing. And
Well, and that's why I said about volleyball. I don't understand why volleyball starts with conference opponents immediately, whereas there is no non-conference teams that you play. And then you get that tournament right away for the Central as Matsky, no good on the three-pointer, came towards her, but Biondo checked her out, got the rebound.
Yep. Katie lost her girl there for a second. She was wide open for that three.
She was. Mansky's hit a couple of those tonight, too. Simpson, no, short.
I really wanted to hit the button, too.
I was going to say it live.
I know you were.
Gonanen.
I hope you appreciated how much we hit that button when Nami and I were up in Eau Claire.
I only heard it like once.
Okay, we hit it every time.
Did you really?
Even in the JV game, because there's no sound, we didn't have a crowd mic. We would hit that when they would still hit a three.
That's funny. No, I didn't. I only got to watch, I don't know what I think I watched late second half of the first game that you guys covered. Well, because I was busy. So I wasn't able to. That was the girls' game that you guys covered, wasn't it? No.
No, it was boys.
No, the boys.
Yep.
That's right. I was only able to
Nice
watch a little bit.
pass.
That was a beautiful
Nice
pass. And Whitaker finishes. Whitaker's 8, 21-27, dipped under 12. That was tipped.
And they're hanging around. They're hanging around. You just feel like if we can hit 2-3 shots in a row, this is a much different ball game.
But that's actually what DeForest did against Holman last night when they were down. They made a run, did the Norskies, to get back into it against the Vikings. But Holman had an answer late in the game and then hit some clutch free throws and held on. There also was not a lot of – I was kind of glad as Derline 3 goes in, her first from downtown. But I was kind of glad when I was watching that. Coach Schwinn did not sit there and foul and foul and foul. I mean, he could tell the game was out of hands. It was like an 8-point lead with, what was it, a minute left or something like that. So he did not try to foul and extend the game out. I kind of appreciate that. Derline right up ahead. Mansky brings everybody back and scores. And those are those legs you're talking about.
Yeah, they look, I mean, even after turning around, they look like they're fresh, and we just don't. And that's been the big difference. I mean, they're getting up and down the floor quickly, easily, and we're having to work so hard offensively, just try to get open. And by the time we get to the defensive end, like, we're just exhausted.
Matthey Construction, a proud Riverhawk community, sponsors More Than Asphalt and Roads. They're a family-owned company with exciting opportunities in engineering, research, and green technologies. Join Matthey's team of top chemists and engineers developing sustainable solutions for tomorrow. From the lab to the road, Matthey Construction inspires the next generation of innovators. Visit Matthey.com to explore diverse careers in legal, HR, tech, and more. Build your future with Matthey Construction.
Posted 32-21, the 32nd timeout by Coach Q. Riverhawks down by 11. Second half, non-conference opponent in DeForest. As the Norskies stayed overnight after playing Holman last night. Biondo jump ball inside. Stays with the Riverhawks though. Checking in Cameron Wozik. That's the first time we've seen.
Wojciech.
Oh, huh?
Wojciech.
Why did I?
That's all right. Words are hard.
Well, I don't know why I had that wrong then. As Simpson off. Wojciech on the touched out of bounds. Three-pointers just not falling too. 0 for 6 when your legs aren't there. The deep shots definitely are not going to fall. Mansky slipped out of her fingers. Gillitzer steals. Riverhawks an extra possession. Can they cash it in?
Nice pass.
Yes, it was. And Wojciech scores. So 32-23. I'm just talking about, does the Riverhawks have a run in them? Defense has to get tighter. And Coach Schwinn calling a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 23-32, DeForest up.
Need a place to live or extra space to grow? Munson Realty's property management portfolio offers a wide variety of properties to fit all your business and housing rental needs in the La Crosse, Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota areas. Whether you're local or relocating, looking for a business space or a home for just yourself or even the whole family, Munson Realty is here to help you find the perfect place. Discover the right space with Munson Realty, your trusted partner in real estate.
(32-23) our score as the Riverhawks try to battle with DeForest. Hoyer and sub back in. Derline. Far side Mansky.
Oh, quick turnover.
Yep. That's the second time that's gone through the fingertips of Mansky.
And there's still, there's 9.5 minutes left.
Right.
There's still plenty of time to get some stuff done, but they've got to string some baskets together. They really do, and get a stop here and there, and they've got to find a way to dig this one out.
DeForest was looking to trap. Are you a little surprised that they're going to do that? Well, they get the turnover. Derline, hold your thought. Derline inside, no good. But, their defense, half-court defense has worked pretty much the entire ball game. Are you surprised by the...
No. Not even. With how loose we've been with the ball today. And I know Coach Kuehl, when they do film, they're going to see that and talk about, there's no reason when a defender's coming at you for you to put the ball over your head. You're basically just giving it to them at that point. We've seen it at least a few times now.
Their line's fourth foul after going in and missed. And Ackerman to inbound. And boy, the Riverhawks desperately need a bucket here. Just like Iowa State desperately needed something good to happen, and that did not happen.
It's the middle of the floor. There you go.
Yep. Good sportsmanship there. Blocking, reaching foul on Hoyer. Call it however you want. First, second.
Out of the corner.
Well, luckily it got to Ackerman. Drives all the way in.
Yeah, that's going to be DeForest ball.
Yep. Off Wojcik.
He had Biondo in the middle of the lane and
yes,
try to get it to Wojcik instead.
That's what I saw too. Thinking the same thing.
But they're getting good penetration.
Yes.
If they can make that, DeForest is losing kids in the lane. That's how we've gotten a couple easy buckets. We're attacking, they're coming in to help, and all of a sudden we're dumping it off for a quick bunny. But we just got to keep our heads up while we're dribbling and keep doing what we're doing.
You could tell Coach Schwinn and company, though, they talked about we have to keep number one in check the entire game.
Oh, yeah.
Just shadow her, make everybody else beat you. Hoyer, three. Maddie Hoyer. That is the fifth three-pointer for DeForest, none for Central. Inside, Simpson. Got a screen from Whitaker, got past Kuipers to score.
Easiest way to get open, set a screen, attack.
Kuipers a little slow on that too. Going in. Nope. Simpson, yeah. I was going to say, I would have liked to see the dish out, but Alana going in. Fouled, shooting foul, shots coming. So Allie Armstrong.
I think she may have gotten kneed knee there. Or a Charlie horse. She does not look like real happy.
I could hear the coaching staff telling her, walk, walk.
Yep.
I don't know what she said. I couldn't hear her. 35-25.
The reactions from the bench are
Yeah, they were all
tell me
laughing.
we're okay.
2 free throws coming.
And she may have gotten the Charlie horse trying to Euro through.
And she does the Euro so well. Of course, DeForest is packing the paint to try and keep her from doing that. There's the second one go through. 5 for 6 at the free throw line today. As Alana Simpson, she'll come out. Gillitzer back in, get that worked. And hopefully worked out. Do have the bike if she always wants to hit that too. Down 8. Boy.
It seems like it's more than that.
It does. This
It
feels
seems
like a
this
20.
isn't close.
Right? You're exactly right. I feel like this is a 20-point lead for DeForest. Armstrong drives.
Down.
McCarty, who had just subbed in, trying to get it down low. Volenberg is the one that cut. And the foul on Malaya Simpson. Fouls sort of adding up for DeForest. They have 5, Central 2. 7:26 to play in the second half. McCarty lost it off of her foot. Armstrong also had a shot attempt in that, but didn't really get much on it.
Not ready.
Nope. And that type of a turnover is what you do not want if you're Coach Q. So Gonanen, look at that. Gonanen running the point, which we've seen Durline do it most night, but she's at 4 fouls, having to sit on the bench. Armstrong, everybody whooping around. Volenberg, who had a 3-pointer earlier, gave it away. Right back into her on the cut. Short.
Oh, don't turn it. Oh, that's a.
That was a double dribble, but
Well, I think the first dribble was kind of a collect the ball dribble.
That's true.
They will let you get away with that. But we're just so loose with the ball.
yes.
Q is telling everybody, settle down, settle down. And we're just throwing it all over the place.
35-27. 6:38 to play. I'll have to refresh that again too, because scorebug's a little off on the time. You guys had an issue with that a while back too, I think.
Yes, we did. It's kind of a finicky little deal.
Yeah,
It's a really nice piece of technology. It's
it is.
finicky.
As
There you go.
Gillitzer inside. Gonanen was shadowing her, but too much contact. Gillitzer back to the free throw line. She had missed 1 earlier in the game.
It just doesn't seem right that if she can make them both, it's a 6-point game.
I know.
Get Alana back in there. She looks like she's ready. There you go. Nice job.
As I said, the Riverhawks need to have one come off the court then. Can't play 6-on-5.
I'd like to see that, though.
Right.
A little power play in basketball.
Gillitzer for 2. Well, you said put both of them in. It's a 6-point game, and it is. What do the Riverhawks have left in the tank?
Well, if we can force them,
Mansky.
we're doing what they did to us earlier. Force
Yes.
the pace a little bit. They're showing they're willing to throw the ball around.
Right. Back on the near side, Armstrong, one of those seniors. Coach Swain has quite a few of them on this squad. Derline, Mansky, Armstrong, Haney, Kuipers, that shot off.
And what's important here, Joel, is that the next DeForest foul, we're in the bonus the rest of the game.
As
And now
Simpson
it's a 4-point.
hits 2, fading away. 35-31. Yang will substitute in at the next dead ball. Mansky backs up. Off to Hardiman. Ooh.
Keep her there. Oh, May.
Right.
Oh, they had her in a good spot, too.
Hardiman attacked. They call the foul on Whitaker, her second. And free throws coming.
Frustrating. We had a really good position to trap her there on the wing, and May backed off. I certainly understand why she did, but I think if we had pressured there and Zaya slide up to take the next pass.
Ooh, Hardiman too strong. So Yang comes in for Ackerman. Now you got to stay. Oh, all right, they allowed her. Let's say once that ball is in the hands of the shooter, Malaya Simpson was out. Had she tried to come back in, that's an extra free throw. She missed it. So 36-35, 5-point game, 5 minutes and change to play. Second half, Central looking for, can I say it then, the first ever win over DeForest?
Could be.
Malaya Simpson, high arcing three-pointer. Yang there for the rebound.
I didn't even know she checked in.
Yeah, she just subbed.
Clearly I'm not paying attention.
You're distracted.
I'm distracted. I didn't turn the computer off.
No, that's okay. Bank shot by Simpson, too strong. Maybe forcing the issue a little bit.
Oh, nice play by
Q got a timeout.
Good job, guys.
They did. 36-31. 4:50 left in the second half. A 4-point game, or 5-point game, pardon me. Math is hard. We'll be right back.
The La Crosse Central Alumni Association is a proud sponsor of the Central YouTube channel. The Central Alumni Association meets once a month with the main mission of providing scholarships to Central High School seniors so they can continue their academic pursuits. Last year, the Alumni Association awarded $63,000 in scholarships to 66 deserving Central students. For information on how to join the Alumni Association or donate, see our page on Facebook.
The La Crosse Central Basketball Association is dedicated to developing the basketball skills and character of young athletes who will attend Central High School. Please check out our website, lcbahoops.org, for more information about our year-round basketball offerings.
.35 or 36-31, pardon me, as Gillitzer inside.
Still get the 101.
Is this, yeah. That foul on Gonanen. Her third. Gillitzer back to the free throw line where she was 2 for 2 the last trip. Buxton called it 1-1 for the Riverhawks. Gotta cash them in. Gillitzer hits one. I was impressed by Ellie, how well she played in volleyball too. I thought last year she looked so kind of lost in translation in the basketball court. She also looked small. This year I think she really got taller, stronger. You could see it on the volleyball court. I figured that would translate to basketball. I think she'll just get better as the season goes.
She hit her growth spurt. She's getting bigger. She's getting stronger. She's a kid who will always work hard. That's just kind of how she was brought up, and that's a credit to her folks. But with a little bit more height, she's getting the strength. She's kind of a force,
right? And a cutting Gillitzer. Whitaker found her. 35-36. A 1-point game. That got the meager student section up.
Stick with her, May. Stick with her, May.
And a bad pass. Derline, you got to recall that Derline with those 4 fouls has not really been in the game all that much. And she is the dictator of their offense for DeForest. And a turnover as we dip under 4. It's a 1-point game, and the Riverhawks had the ball. Simpson just comes across the timeline right to the free throw line.
If they're not going to pick her up, go shoot.
Right? She is 2 of 12 from the field. And a tough shooting night. Oh, I can't be reaching on that, though. Derline dribbles from near to far. Back off, ball on the. Yep, that's going to be. Oh yeah. Malaya Simpson picking up her second. Team's 4th. Coach Colburn on the PA tonight. He was not there the other night. He was down on the scores table though, helping out. We missed Mr. Hansen. We hope he's able to come back. I know that his father passed away not that long ago, so I'm sure it's hard for him. He's such a loyal friend and true to the Riverhawk YouTube channel, as well as just Riverhawk Sports and Athletics. 36-35, that missed 3-pointer by Hoyer. How long do the Riverhawks deflate the ball?
I think we need to get things moving a little bit, but they are spreading the floor. Switch kind of a matchup. What are we running here? It's
I know.
A little kind of a matchup, not a matchup 2-3, but they're extending the low on any ball reversal. We got to get someone flashing high post.
Malaya all the way inside, scores! Wow. Put it on the deck.
Ellie! Oh! Jumped the pass and went off her hands. Oh, kiddo.
37-36, Central leads for the first time, I believe, all game.
We were up early.
Were they? Okay,
yeah,
2-2. I remember the tie.
I think we had a couple point lead
I think you're right.
Early in the game.
Gonanen over the far side.
Keep pressuring him. I mean, you've got fouls to play with. I don't think we have anybody in foul trouble.
I'll look just a second. Accardi spins and scores. And an and one. Whitaker, her third. She's the only one with 3 or more fouls for the Riverhawks. 2 on Malaya Simpson, that's it. So yeah, the fouls have not piled up. This is an and one opportunity. McCarty cashes in the old-fashioned.
You just watch. I'm saying it now. We're going to hit a 3 before this game is over.
Oh boy, you jinxed the crap out of that.
It is absolutely going to happen. Just watch.
You just jinxed that completely.
No.
39-37, 2-minute warning. Oh boy, Simpson loose with the ball. Gonanen just stole it. Schwen calls timeout. Cannot leave that laying out there for Alana Simpson, and we kind of do have a 2-minute warning as we have 39-37, 2:02 to play in the second half. Close game here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel.
The La Crosse Central Alumni Association is a proud sponsor of the Central YouTube channel. The Central Alumni Association meets once a month with the main mission of providing scholarships to Central High School seniors so they can continue their academic pursuits. Last year, the Alumni Association awarded $63,000 in scholarships to 66 deserving Central students. For information on how to join the Alumni Association or donate, see our page on Facebook.
(39-37). DeForest leads by 2. Central tried a little bit of a full court trap, did not work. Derline, who's usually so sure-handed for DeForest, and Malaya Simpson reaching in, picks it away. Gillitzer far side. Buxton wants a 3.
We're gonna hit one.
That's what he keeps saying.
And if not, then we don't.
Right. Oh, and sneaking in, Armstrong stole it away. Boy, a lot of contact too, but let him play. I like that though as well. And balloons to 4. Inside Whitaker. Did not come up with that 2 turnovers in a row for the Central Riverhawks. Derline will not get trapped. Back out. Hoyer smart. Oop. I think Simpson jumped. Didn't want to land on her. Trying to hold up Hoyer. How about the sophomore guard, though, open in the corner for DeForest and thought better of it. Did not take the shot. That's
Smart
a heady play.
Yep. Yeah, I would have been very disappointed as a former coach to watch her take that shot.
Right? And a kickball off of Simpson. And a lot of times the underclass players do end up shooting that. And then you just, the head scratching starts, or if you're a coach that wears the hat, or if you're at home, you kind of adjust it like, oh, what are we doing?
But that's the understanding of open shot and good shot.
Right.
You know the difference. You're going to be a good player.
Derline fouled. Chloe Ackerman on that foul, her first, but it does put Derline at the free throw line for a 1-on-1. And if you're the Riverhawks, you have to do this. You've got to extend the game out. It was only down by 4. Missed it.
I got a rebound.
Yep. McCarty with those long arms, able to get that out. Not only that, but then DeForest gets to waste some time as Gillitzer reaches in. Her first. Gone in at the free throw line, just a sophomore too for DeForest. So some of these main players for DeForest are young as well.
And they got another offensive rebound.
Jump ball. Yep, as Allie Armstrong had got caught in between Simpson and Whitaker, but still managed to get her arms on it and cause the jump. So DeForest not connecting on their free throws, however, extra possessions.
Yep.
Outside, and then a Cardi fouled. Whitaker had hit her on the arm prior to the steal. Whitaker, her fourth. 41-37, just 55 ticks left in the game. Still 1-1. This will be the final one. And a Cardi.
And DeForest is giving us that time they made every opportunity to crawl into it, but we're just not making the plays. And that'll be very frustrating. I think when Q and Les and TJ watch this game film, it'll be, the opportunities they had to win it. And really, we did.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And it's not over. I'm not saying it's over.
No, they had the lead, remember? 2 minutes ago, they just had a lead.
Yeah.
But that was short-lived with DeForest coming right down. Simpson scoring. And we got timeout. Coach Q asked for that timeout prior to. Yeah, if you remember, what was it, 37-36?
37-36, yep.
But then the next 7 points came to DeForest. So they put a run together and try and close this game out. About 45 seconds left, still got time. We've talked about how, well, really, we were talking, 5 minutes ago, how this game felt like it was a 20-point lead for DeForest as opposed to 4 or 5 or 6.
Yeah. And there's still, 45 seconds is a lot of time if now we're in the double bonus with the next foul, so they're going to get 2 shots. But, if you put some pressure on them full court, you get an errant pass, a bucket, then it's down to 2. Or, if you're forced to foul and they miss the free throws, we're still in a position with 45 seconds left to still win the game.
Right.
Or at least force overtime or something. But a lot of chips are going to have to fall the right way for that to happen. But I like to see what Coach Q's doing here. He's probably drawing up some full court pressure, to figuring out which kid can foul, who has fouls left to give.
Right.
You certainly don't need Alana fouling out right now. You certainly don't want.
She only has 1. Gillitzer only has 1. Ackerman with 1. It's Whitaker with 4. And Malaya has 2.
Yeah, so they can be extremely aggressive coming out. Regardless of the foul, they're going to be shooting. So if I'm Central, if I'm Q, I'm telling these kids, get up in every passing line. If you have an opportunity to dive at it, dive at the ball. Go get it, throw it up, do something.
Yeah, the hustle points have to come in to play for the Riverhawks.
Get there, Chloe. That was a situation where.
And
there it is.
McCarty dropped it right off to Simpson.
Yeah.
And then Alana fouled. Boy, the DeForest Norskies, the person that they want the ball to go to, you can tell out of everybody on the court for DeForest, the person that should be having the ball is number 2.
Yep.
Derline has been their calming presence. Their one that, I mean, I know she had a couple of passes that were a little errant and slipped through the fingers of a couple players, but missing at the free throw line is huge. She's 0 for 2. This is her 3rd coming up. But for her, she's been the one that has probably the best ball control.
Box out.
All right. Cannot
Box
give up. And
out.
gave it up.
How do you get inside?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness
Allie
gracious.
Armstrong had inside presence.
got a foul.
Cardi in the corner, got it back out to Derline. Gonanen didn't get rid of it. Cardi inside.
Oh, because you can't. Got to go. Clock's running.
Right.
The clock's running.
Yep.
Let's go.
20 seconds for the
Boxing.
Central Riverhawks. Inside, Simpson, flip shot, no. Whitaker there. She got to apply pressure again. And instead, an outlet pass. Hoyer.
Foul.
Stop.
Get
you
him,
have
get
to foul.
Foul. There we go. Ooh, that
And
was.
Alana, that was close.
Yeah.
Alana had all of her momentum carrying her towards the hoop, and Accardi was just standing there. So Accardi, with only 5.3 left. Now both these go in, it's probably ball game.
Yep. We'll see. A lot of pressure in the.
Home cooking off the rim for Accardi, and she'll have one more. And if she misses, if the Riverhawks got to have a
Box
rebound.
out.
And instead, slip through again. You got to call timeout if you're
I
Q.
don't think he has it.
Oh, he doesn't have a timeout left. Half-court heave. Simpson banked it off the front rim. And that is it. 46-43. DeForest will get the W over Central. Entertaining second half.
Entertaining second half.
Central just could not buy a bucket when needed, and that little mini run, we said those 6 in a row for DeForest really proved to be the difference as the Norski get the W. I should tell Coach Q we don't need him tonight. We'll be talking to him again here soon for the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel, but we'll take a quick timeout. I'm just going to go to donation sponsors. We've done everything else. I'll have your stats in just a second. 46-43, the final tonight, as the Central Riverhawks fall to DeForest. 13 for Accardi, 9 in the second half, 10 points for Mansky. Those are the two that were in double figures for DeForest. 8 of 15 at the free throw line, 5 of 18 from downtown. For the Central Riverhawks, 13 for Simpson, 10 of that in the second half. Gillitzer has 10, Whitaker 10, and then Malaya Simpson 6, 2 each from Wojcik as well as Chloe Ackerman. And 9 of 10 at the free throw line, 0 of 8 from downtown for the Riverhawks. They could have hit one of those. They got a shot. Simpson gave it a great chance at half court to try and connect, but could not. So the Riverhawks fall to 1-2 on the year. DeForest goes to 3-3 overall. And our Munson player of the game, we don't have the graphics tonight for you. Because our graphics are from last night. But the Munson player of the game, we're going to give to Ellie Gillitzer. So Gillitzer deserved it. I thought she was close to, she had quite a few rebounds at the 10 points. A lot of points in the second half for Ellie. So our Munson player of the game goes to Ellie Gillitzer with those 10 points. Did connect 4 for 4 at the free throw line as well. Actually, it was 4 for 5, pardon me, because she did have one miss. So the Riverhawks go 9 of 11 at the free throw line, not 9 of 10.
And we talked about that early on. We know what Alana's going to do. If Alana hits her average, we win this game.
Yeah.
And I know it's a lot of pressure we're putting on her. But if Ellie can score 10, if Malaya can get a little bit over that hump, if Zaya got her 10, that's great. But then, you need somebody else to do it. It's hard, and it's it's not unfair because she's a good player to put that kind of pressure on Alana. And tonight, obviously, just wasn't her night.
Right.
But if she hits her average and a couple other people chip in 10, we're going to win a lot of ball games.
Yep, that's very true. This team will get better, but they'll have another break as their next game isn't until Wisconsin Rapids on the 12th. Our next broadcast is gymnastics on Tuesday. Nami will be back with us, and we'll try to fumble our way through a gymnastics coming up. So,
I can't wait to tune into that.
Oh, I'm sure you're looking forward to it.
It's going to be so good.
We'll have a lot of fun with it, I'm sure. Well, for Ray George on camera, Coach Buxton, thank you very much for coming up as well.
Always a pleasure.
I'm Joel McCall. Thank you so much for tuning in here.